Hello everyone, welcome back to Scientistbarber. In today's video, I'll be showing you how my low haircut process from starting to finish. I'm still a beginner barber, still learning, still improving and trying to understand the science behind the fades, lineups, density and hair structure. My goal with every haircut is to become a little better than I was yesterday. As I walking through this haircut, I'll be focusing on creating a smooth transition, maintaining shape and improving my overall execution. If you are a professional barber watching this video, I do genuinely appreciate your advice and constructive feedback. Let me know what I can improve, what you do differently, and what skills I should focus on developing. Your experience could help me improve on my next haircut. I'm documenting my journey publicly because I believe growth comes through practice, repetition, and learning from others. I like to analyze the hair density, growth pattern, and direction of growth. Understanding the hair behaves help me create a more controlled and consistent result. From my analysis, my client has high density throughout the top section, which creates a strong shadow and make the natural wave pattern less visible. Although there is a slight wave present, the density is currently masking it. Based on the consultation with my client, my goal is to reduce some of the density while maintaining a natural appearance. By removing the excess weight, I want to reveal more of the wave pattern and create enough openness for the scalp to become slightly visible without taking away too much fullness. I also noticed that most of the hair grows in a consistent direction, while a few areas grow in a different pattern. To achieve an even and efficient cut, I'll be working primarily with the grain through each section, while paying close attention to those areas where the growth pattern change. For me, every haircut starts with observation. The better I understand the hair, the better I can create results that work with the client's natural growth pattern rather than against it. During this haircut, I made a mistake that taught me an important lesson about cutting through the crown area. My plan was to go with the green using a 0.5 guard lever fully closed throughout the section. Everything was going well until I reached the crown area. As I walked through the crown, I lost the track of the hair's growth pattern and ended up removing more hair than I intended. After analyzing what happened, I realized the mistake wasn't only losing the growth pattern, it was also using a guard that was too short for that area. The crown area is the one of the most sensitive part of the head because the hair often changes direction and can create strong visual shadow. Even if you are unsure of the exact growth pattern, using a higher guard can give you a safety margin and help preserve density. Looking back, I should have switched to a 1 guard lever fully closed when walking through the crown. A higher guard would have allowed me to smooth the area, maintaining the natural density and reduce the risk of taking off too much hair. One lesson I'm learning as a beginner scientist barber is that guard selection is just as important as understanding growth pattern. Sometimes the safest approach is to leave more hair and gradually work your way down if needed. Every cut teaches me something new, and this is a lesson I carry into my next cut. I'm going against the grain with 1 guard lever fully closed to soften the edge of the low cut. I always begin my lineup preparation by applying methylated alcohol to remove excess oil from the surface of the hairline. This helps create a cleaner working area and allows trimmer to cut more consistently. I then apply Nova Oud spray and brush the hair forward to keep the terminal edge of the hairline in a consistent direction, making the structure easier to analyze and work with. When it comes to barbering, the hairline lineup is one of the most challenging parts for me as a beginner scientist barber. To guide my work and improve in my consistency, I rely on two core principles: horizontal authority and corner integrity. To apply this principle, I use a simple geometry system based on three reference points A, B, and C. The left vertical bar becomes reference A, the right vertical bar becomes reference B, and the center of the horizontal line becomes reference C. Using these reference points, I carefully connect C to A, C to B to create a lineup that is clean, balanced, and supported by the client's natural hair density. To find the strong terminal area where I can anchor my corner, I use my straight comb as a ruler and a barber pencil as a marking tool. Starting from reference C, the center of the horizontal line, I place the comb at the main point and extend it toward the left vertical side. I then use the pencil to place a small dot where the corner should be anchored in a strong terminal here. I repeat the same process on the opposite side. This method makes it easier to identify the correct corner position and help me determine whether the horizontal line should remain straight, form a subtle U shape, or take a rainbow-like curve based on the client's natural hair pattern. For me, a great lineup is not just creating a sharp line. It's about understanding the structure, density, and a long-term realism. Switching to my wire IV trimmer, I start by creating left vertical bar, which becomes reference A, and the right vertical bar, which becomes reference B. The center of the horizontal line becomes reference C. Using these three reference points, I gradually connect C to A and C to B, allowing the lineup to develop in a controlled and balanced way. This geometric-based approach helps me maintain symmetry, structure, and consistency throughout the lineup process. One thing I've noticed as a beginner scientist barber is that many barbers rely heavily on powder enhancement to make a lineup appear sharper. While enhancement can be useful finishing tools, my goal is to create a clean and visible line through structure, preparation, and proper trimmer control before adding any enhancement. Another lesson I've learned is that pressure matters. Applying too much pressure with the trimmer can cause unnecessary skin irritation and may even affect the cleanness of the line. Instead, I prefer using light control pressure and let the blade do the work. The wire IV trimmer is designed to cut efficiently, so there is no need to force the blade into the skin. With a light touch and proper preparation, even a single screw can create a clean, visible line while keeping the client's skin comfortable. Now, I'm applying this core dye enhancement. As a beginner scientist barber, I developed a principle that guides my enhancement process. Enhancement should support structure, not to create structure. For me, enhancement is not meant to draw a new hairline. The structure should already be established through proper lineup technique, corner placement, and terminal hair support. Enhancement should only increase visibility and contrast while preserving a natural appearance. One thing I've noticed is that many barbers spray the dye directly onto the hairline. In my experience, this can easily create an artificial and overly dark result. Instead, I prefer spraying the enhancement onto the enhancement card first. This allows me to apply the dye in a more controlled way, while the remaining excess lightly flow toward the hairline, creating a softer and more natural transition. My goal is not to make the enhancement obvious. As a beginner scientist barber, I want my audience and client to wonder whether enhancement was used at all. When the hairline looks natural, the structure remains realistic and the enhancement blends seamlessly into the haircut. That's a sign that it has been applied correctly. For me, enhancement should amplify the haircut, not overpower it. You might be wondering why I'm applying enhancement across different areas of the haircut instead of focusing only on the hairline. The concept behind this is called density illusion. Earlier in the haircut, I mentioned that I made a mistake in the crown area and removed more hair than I intended. As a result, there are areas where the scalp is slightly more visible because the hair is shorter than the surrounding section. To help balance the overall appearance, I am applying a light amount of enhancement to those areas. The goal is not to hide mistake completely or create an artificial looking result. Instead, I'm using enhancement to slightly reduce the contrast between the visible scalp and the surrounding hair density. I'm creating a controlled density illusion by carefully adding a small amount of enhancement where the hair is thinner or the scalp is more visible. I can restore visual balance and make the haircut appear more consistent from one section to another. The key is moderation. Too much enhancement creates an unnatural result, while a light application can help support the haircut and maintain realistic appearance. As a beginner scientist barber, I'm learning that enhancement is most effective when it supports the haircut rather than overpowering it. The goal is always to create a natural result that blends with client's existing density and structure. Now I'm applying hair fiber to the hairline to enhance the overall appearance and make the lineup stand out a little more. As a beginner scientist barber, I've come to understand the primary purpose of the hair fibers is to create density illusion and hairline illusion. Density illusion is the visual appearance of fuller, denser hair without actual increase the amount of hair present. Hair fiber help reduce contrast between the hair and the scalp, making area of lower density appear more consistent with the surrounding hair. Hairline illusion work in a similar way. Some areas of the hairline may naturally have weaker density, thinner hair, or slight scalp visibility. By carefully applying hair fiber to those areas, I can create a more balanced and uniform appearance while still respect the client's natural hairline structure. The goal is not to create a complete new hairline. The goal is to support the existing structure, improve visual balance, and make the weaker area blend more naturally with stronger area. For me, the best application of hair fiber is when the results look natural enough that people focus on the haircut, not the enhancement itself. This is the cut. If you like it, give me the thumbs up and share my video.